this girl in the
A recently dumped woman meets her ideal man, leading to a swift marriage, but soon their marriage is put to test when, in spite her various efforts to get physical with her spouse, she receives no response from her husband. However, their upset is ran deeper when they discover that their neighbor could be assassins who have been contracted to kill the couple. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to our channel. After a breakup with a spontaneous boyfriend, an overly conscious Jennifer aka Jen travels to Nice with her parents. While going into an elevator to go to her hotel room, she meets Spencer. Spencer asks her for dinner and she accepts. The scene then changes to Spencer sneaking onto a boat, putting a cell phone triggered bomb on the bottom of the helicopter. Then taking out a guard, he then swims back and goes on a date with Jen. After a night of drinking, Jen reveals that she is not the spontaneous person she's been pretending to be, and in return Spencer bluntly tells her that he's an assassin and is very unhappy about being one. Unfortunately, she's already passed out and hasn't heard a thing. In spite of this, Spencer decides that Jen's the woman he's been looking for and decides to marry her. When Spencer tells his boss his plans, the response is that quitting is not an option. Spencer does not listen to him and go out with his plan. 3 years later, they are settled into their new normal life. After Spencer surprises Jen with a remodeled office, she gives him a birthday surprise, tickets to Nice to celebrate his birthday and their 3 years together. Because of his dubious connections to Nice, Spencer is less than enthusiastic. When her friends ask about his reaction, they take it as sign as they might be getting bored and fill her head with doubt. Meanwhile, Spencer gets a postcard from his old boss and the ultimatum to take another assignment. While trying to refuse him long distance, Jen's father shows up to take Spencer to dinner. So Spencer hangs up the phone, prompting suspicion in his boss. This is fueled further when Jen's dad sees the postcard and quizzes him about the XOXO being odd coming from a former boss. Stopping home to change, Spencer finds that dinner invitation is just a detour to bring him to a surprise party. While Spencer navigates drunken friends, Jen's friends outside to fill her head with doubts over Spencer's lack of enthusiasm for the Nice trip. This is further irritated when the following morning, despite her attempts to be physical with him, Spencer rejects her. Jen tries every trick in the book and throws herself at him, but Spencer does not take the bait and rushes her to her business trip. A little while later, Jen comes back to find Spencer being tossed around their house by Henry, Spencer's friend and co-worker. Spencer screams for her to get his gun and she shoots the attacker in his arm. While interrogating the attacker, he reveals that there is $20 million bounty on Spencer's head. An unidentified sniper takes shot at them and Spencer and Jen flee. After escaping, they go to a hotel room where Spencer's old boss is staying, but find that someone has already killed him. Jen demands that they go to her dad for help, but Spencer disagrees. In the middle of their argument, Jen vomits and declares that she might be pregnant. Heading back to his office for Jen to take the pregnancy test, Spencer is attacked by his secretary and realizes that there are others who know about the contract. Jen then reveals that she is pregnant and is leaving Spencer. Left alone, Spencer is attacked by UDE driver, who is killed by Olivia, Henry's wife, and another killer vying for the contract. She then attacks Spencer and is killed by the explosion. After Jen rams her car, the two discuss their possible future and return to their neighborhood, which is holding its annual block party. When they first arrive, they are attacked by two assassins. They escape and head to the block party. As they walk through the block party, they receive many suspicious looks from their neighbors. They enter their house and retrieve guns and their passports. Spencer is grabbing the gun when he is attacked by two assassins who he eventually kills. Meanwhile, one assassin, Christine, one of Jen's best friends, holds Jen's mother as a hostage in Mexican standoff with Jen. Jen's father arrives and kills Kristen. He then explains that he was one who put the bounty on Spencer. He knew of Spencer's previous work and hired the neighbors and co-workers 3 years before in case Spencer started worrying for his old boss again, who Jen's father says had gone dirty. After seeing the postcard from his boss in Spencer's office, he came to the conclusion that Spencer had re-accepted his old job and activated the assassins. He reveals that he had been operative as well and that he was actually the target Spencer was supposed to kill in Nice 3 years earlier. Wanting to prove that he really did get out of the business, he had no desire to kill her father. Spencer drops his gun. Jen, now convinced, turns on her father and reveals her pregnancy. Realizing that he will be grandfather, Jen's father also puts down his gun and the family makes peace. The movie ends with showing Spencer and Jen's father working on some wires near Spencer's and Jen's baby's crib. Spencer and Jen leave to let Jen's mom and dad babysit. They all leave the room, and when they close the doors, laser turn on to protect the baby. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comment section below which movie you want us to recap next. As always, until the next time.